Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
Welcome to the show. Today we have a great interview lined up with Forever 31 Fudge. I'm Harley and Brett is slacking. Kimmy over at Forever 31 Fudge is doing her best to bring attention to the fentanyl problem. It's a great interview, and we'll hop to that right now.
Well, admittedly, I myself have never been a connoisseur or a purveyor of fudge until I tried Forever 31 Fudge out of Moore, Oklahoma. Kimmy Joe made me a believer, and I believe if you're not a fan of fudge, you might be converted to Kimmy Joe from Forever 31 Fudge. Thanks for being on the show.
Hey, everyone. I'm Kimmy Joe.
First things first, let's talk about the why Forever 31. Where did the idea come from? You know, what's in a name? Tell us a little bit about where the idea for Forever 31 came from.
There was no idea when, my daughter passed away due to a fentanyl overdose, and I was on my way out the door to work, and I just couldn't go to work. It was just too hard. So I unlearned things. I'm special. And then I relearned them, and I wanted to relearn how to make fudge because I knew I enjoyed doing it, and I was really good at it. So I decided to jump in the kitchen and see if I could make fudge again. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, this is cool. And I had all these ideas. So I went on to Facebook and just said, hey, if I make fudge from home, does anybody want to buy any? And then the next morning I had Channel News 5, I think.
Oh, wow.
At my front door doing an interview. Now, I have no business. I have no intention of having a business.
Right.
I was just
tinkering around.
Making fudge. Yeah. And so it was accidental, like accidentally getting pregnant. I accidentally have a rapidly growing business that
Listen, Kimmy, I feel like I feel triggered by you saying accidentally pregnant. It's like you know my backstory. This isn't about me. This show is not about me. I've made a few mistakes, and they're about, 36 inches tall. But I feel like
you either are or you aren't.
Well, I feel like you're coming after me. Anyways, go ahead.
I thought, well, I'm new to Oklahoma, and I can't just sell fudge, or nobody's going to want to buy it. I got to get creative. So I started doing all my fudge in molds, and I started playing around with recipes that you wouldn't think are fudge. In fact, a good portion of my menu has no chocolate in it at all.
I know. I have a good portion of it still. I still have a good portion of your non-chocolate fudge. It's like, I look at it and go, these are Starbursts. They don't taste like they're supposed to. This isn't what my mom and my grandma slaved over in the kitchen for 6 hours the week of Christmas to put together. This isn't the same thing.
No, it's magic. The reason I do this is to share fentanyl awareness because it doesn't care who it takes.
Right.
And also to keep my daughter's name alive. You had asked how I came up with the name.
Right, yeah.
She was 31 when she passed away. So June 22nd, 2022, had a 5-year-old, now 6-year-old little girl and married and passed away at 31. Now November 28th, 2022, she would have been 32.
Wow.
So when the newscasters were like, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, a name? I didn't even know I had a business.
Right. That's so crazy.
So, what happened?
Yeah.
I used to hashtag Forever 31 as my she'll forever be 31. And so one of my girlfriends, Diana, she was like, why don't you name it Forever 31 Fudge? And I'm like, it's a weird name. And I'm like, but okay. So that's the name, and we love it. It's celebrates her, and we literally came up with the name because she will never turn 32.
Right.
And that's kind of our message. And so if I can save a life by adding a couple inches to your waist or turning you into a true believer of something you didn't know that you've always needed in your life.
Hey, I'm still not. Listen, there's a lot of things I'm still on the fence about. Bigfoot's debatable. UFOs, I'm getting there. But Fudge, you got me. You got me.
So, just talking about some of the recipes that you've come up with. Okay, Brett brought me some fudge, and I'm gonna say that I'm mad at Brett. I'm a pretty strict keto carnivore.
Oh yeah,
and it hurt my soul when I tried. It was an orange creamsicle flavored fudge.
Yeah,
I just like. Instantaneous flashback to the kid waiting for the ice cream man.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. The push pops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instantaneously. Yes. But then I'm also a bit of a coffee snob.
Yeah, the caramel latte.
And when I got a hold of the caramel latte, I mean, that's not cool. You can't do that to people.
Oh, if you're a coffee snob, I got one for you. I have espresso with caramel chips.
He had an espresso, but here's the problem. He had an espresso earlier. I don't know why. Nobody walks around in a tank top drinking an espresso. I'm sorry. But he was saying that
it can eat fudge, and it won't look so weird.
You can wipe your fingers off on your wife beater.
Your wife beater.
That's what we say here in Oklahoma.
Drinking
Get with
an espresso.
Right? Yeah.
And the visuals.
So I really want to know where you come up with your recipes from. I mean,
they're crazy. It's like like weird science.
So at first I came up with a really good base. I came up with just like a white chocolate base and a chocolate base. And I used that for everything. And then somebody requested peanut butter, and that was a whole nother adventure. It's made differently. But what I did with my white chocolate and my regular chocolate was made different types of fudge. So when I wanted to, like somebody wanted white chocolate and peanut butter, so I made white chocolate fudge and peanut butter fudge, and I put it in the pan, took a knife, kind of swirled it around, and I was like, wow, that's cool. But it was in a pan. And so all the fudge that I was selling, it came from a square pan, like they do.
Yeah.
And then, they cut however they cut, and it's fudge.
Right.
And it's good, and it's whatever. I like an experience. Like he said, it took him to the ice cream truck.
Right.
Like instantaneously. And he'll remember my fudge for that reason. So I come up, actually, the orange creamsicle was a request from a customer. She said, do y'all do orange creamsicle? And I'm like, I said,
sure.
No, but I said, no, but I'll give it a try. And if we like it, I'm going to name Molly. Her name's Molly. I said, I'm going to name it after you. So on the menu, you'll see Molly's orange creamsicle.
Well,
and it is one of my favorite flavors.
But you know what you know what has a better ring to it?
Huh?
OnlyinOKShow orange creamsicle.
You want to take Molly off the orange creamsicle, and you want ownership.
I don't know Molly.
Right.
I have no loyalty to Molly.
You don't even care about poor Molly.
I'm loyal to one brand.
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
And then outside of that, I literally bought color chips, which got me thinking about flavors, which got me thinking about like summer, lemon. Ooh, that would be good. Strawberry. That's a great summer flavor. at Christmas time, you have those more rich. We have the espresso bombs that are filled with espresso and creamer and marshmallows.
That sounds so much fun. I feel like I have to say,
yes.
"Oh, how fun!" when I mention an espresso
And then we have hot cocoa bombs too, which are they're the chocolate balls, and they have the hot cocoa and the chocolate. When you put it in the hot water or milk, they
I've seen
open up. And
I've seen some reviews of. One review said these are the bomb. Sorry, I was hoping somebody laughed. I was really hoping it would land. I rarely have one that lands with the guests
or the co-host.
We usually have to delete shit out because I don't hit.
So how many?
You don't hit.
How many flavors of fudge are you up to?
I don't know.
I love it.
I don't even know.
It sounds like you run a hot and ready kitchen. Like if I request it, it's like almost you're like a fudge genie. It just appears.
It's like science, right?
It sounds like science.
There's lots of failures.
Yeah. I
get so mad. Sometimes my fudge is like not today, dude. And it will not. It will not. I've had to call people appalled at myself. Like, I don't know what I did, but I killed your fudge. Like,
right.
it won't set up. I'm so sorry. And then I'm like, I'm going to make it again, and I'm not charging you. And, well, usually they pay me anyway, but, I fail at recipes for a long time before I really nail it, because I'm not just at that base thing that I was at anymore.
Yeah.
Like, people aren't all into that type of fudge. They're just not. People are into crazy things.
Well,
I mean, I don't know how to explode candy and make it taste good.
Well,
that freeze-dried candy they have.
Yeah, there's a place like that.
I couldn't do that.
I think there's a place like that, and I think they're called Tundra Treats, and that's what they do. They freeze dry candy, which I think it's blasphemy. But I haven't tried it yet, so I can't. Again, another situation. I can't.
I tried it, and it's really good.
Is it really?
However, it takes them weeks to process.
Yeah.
And the hardest thing, I think, for me being a fudge company opposed to businesses like that, they're able to package and seal their product and just keep taking it to the shows until it expires or
it's already, they're not making their own candy. They're just converting another candy into something else.
Right.
But,
so when I go to do a show, everything is fresh. Or if you call me and do an order, I'm not going to have it in the shelf already. I put the work into it, and I do it then, and I do it with all of my love and my creation or my creativity, because, I mean, you saw all squares.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All
but
squares.
You went on my page, and that's not all I have. Like, I have every shape, and I love making things fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so eating it is an experience in its own. You have a flavor that you thought you'd hate, or multiple flavors that you thought you'd hate, or weren't sure about, or like, I don't know. But that's the beauty of it, is, making it pretty and wowing people with a different type of experience. Because I have to be different, or nobody's going to notice.
Stand out.
I'll fall in
to
the deep hole.
And the thing about again, we talked about a little bit earlier, but with fudge is dispelling the myth that it's all chocolate. Because when you had a whole spread set up, and I looked at it, and my eyes I'm so used to seeing ugly. Because let's be real, when you're making fudge at home in a baking pan,
it's ugly.
But we're not here for looks. But I do like something that has a little bit of a curbside appeal before I destroy it.
Right.
And again, your flavors, for me, I wasn't tasting fudge. In my mind, they look like it felt like I was eating a giant Starburst, which isn't bad. But for somebody that's not a chocolate guy, That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Because I can murder a bag of Starbursts. And if I've got a 2-pound box that looks like Starburst, I'm going to murder
you
them
went
too.
home.
Yeah.
You went home with like 5 or 6 pounds in that box.
Well, here,
I don't know how many pounds were
there was
but there
lot.
was a lot of pounds.
I had to divide and conquer. Or there was somebody's going to find a family of 4 dead of fudge.
My daughter goes, Mom, are you trying to kill them?
Right.
Do you realize how much fudge? I'm like, they're going to give it to their people.
Right.
Let them give it away.
So, Kimmy, if somebody wants to buy 5 or 6 pounds of fudge from you, what events do you have coming up? What's the best way to find you? What's the best way to get your hands on some, just fantastic fudge?
Go to Forever 31 Fudge on
Perfect.
Facebook.
And is it the same on Instagram as well?
It sure is. We're also Forever 31 Fudge on Instagram.
All right.
As a side note, if somebody's making a larger order, how much time in advance would you like on orders like that so that you can guarantee that it makes it out the door?
If it's a large order, I would like 3 or 4 days because I may not have the ingredients and stuff like that. So, the longer of a heads up I have, the more love I can put into the fudge.
Well, Kimmy, we appreciate you being on the show. Thanks for being on.
Thank you guys for having me. And like I said before, this is for my daughter to keep her name alive. Fentanyl is killing so many people. I want to help stop it. So if I could save a life by you trying my fudge, please do. Give us a like and a share or something. That helps also.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself, Kimmy. You've become a part of the OnlyinOKShow family, and we'll help any way we can.
Thank you so much. I love you guys.
All right, so like I said, great interview. If you like fudge, I think you're going to love Forever 31 Fudge. If you don't like fudge, I think she's still going to make you love Forever 31 Fudge. So definitely check it out. I'm sure Brett's out there right now trying to find another place to ruin my diet. And if you want to pile on to that, feel free to reach out with your favorite junk food place to eat at in the state. Shoot us over an email at OnlyinOKShow@gmail.com. This has been the OnlyinOKShow. I am Harley, and I'm out of here.
But and it doesn't even have to. I don't care if there's 30 pumpkin spice-a-paloozas, but